Millionaire panics after finding out his maid was actually his grandma. Emotional true story. What would you do if the woman cleaning your mansion turned out to be family? This is not a movie. This really happened. But before we dive into the full story, let me know what is your name and where you're watching from. My name is Jordan Cole. I'm 34, founder of a tech company. Net worth? Over $80 million. I live in a glass-walled mansion in Malibu, drive a Lamborghini, and speak at conferences where people hang on every word. But 2 months ago, my whole world collapsed in less than 5 minutes. It started with a photo. I was going through old family albums, something I almost never do. My parents died when I was 8, car crash, raised by my aunt, who never talked much about my mom's side of the family. In one faded picture, I saw my grandmother. Her name was Evelyn. She had kind eyes, silver curls, and wore an apron covered in flour. She used to bake pies for the whole neighborhood. Under the photo, my aunt had written, "Last photo before she lost everything. House gone, moved away, we lost touch." That was it. I'd always assumed she passed away years ago, but something about her face stuck with me. Later that day, I walked into my private office wing, and there she was. Maria, the quiet maid who cleaned my house 3 times a week. Same gentle eyes, same soft way of folding towels, even the same scar above her eyebrow. From a fall, she once told my assistant. Wait, scar above her eyebrow, just like in the photo. Impossible. I called her into the room. "Maria, where are you from?" I asked. "Mississippi, small town, Greenwood." My chest tightened. That's where my grandma was from. She gave a small smile. Lot of people from there. "What was her name?" she asked gently. "Evelyn Cole, my mom's mother." The color drained from her face. She sat down slowly. "You're Jordan?" she whispered. I nodded. "Yes, how do you—" "I'm Evelyn," she said, tears in her eyes. "Your grandmother." Silence. I couldn't breathe. She looked older than the photos, tired, her hands rough from years of work. But the voice, the way she said my name, it was her. She explained everything. After my parents died, my aunt took me and cut off contact with my mom's side of the family. She said it was for the best. Evelyn tried to fight for custody, but without money or legal help, she lost. Her home was foreclosed. She moved west, changed her name slightly to Marie, and worked as a cleaner to survive. For 26 years, she thought I was gone, adopted, dead, forgotten, and I thought she was gone. All this time, she'd been cleaning my bathrooms, polishing my floors, even ironed my favorite suit. And I'd never looked up, never thanked her by name, just handed bonuses to my manager and said, "Give this to the staff." Now I dropped to my knees in front of her. "I'm so sorry," I choked out. "I didn't know. I would have found you." She hugged me, tight, like she was making up for decades. "It's not your fault, baby," she whispered. "You were just a child." That night, I shut down the house. No more maids, no more staff. Maria, Grandma Evelyn, moved into the guest suite. I had it remodeled, added her favorite flowers, brought in her old recipes, and last week, I opened a community center in Greenwood named after her, the Evelyn Cole Home for Seniors and Youth. Free meals, job training, a library. At the opening, she stood beside me, wearing a dress I bought her and smiling like she finally belonged. "This," she said, "is what peace feels like." I used to think success was money, power, fame. Now I know it's finding family, healing wounds, and saying sorry before it's too late. Have you ever lost someone and found them again when you least expected? Like this video if this reunion touched your heart. Subscribe for more real emotional stories of love, loss, and miracles, because sometimes the person you've been searching for was right in front of you all along.